I've got a new down payment assistance program for you, and this one is big. It's available nationwide. You don't have to pay it back, and it's available to so many buyers, not just first-time home buyers. So today I'm going to walk you through the Empowered Down Payment Assistance Program and even tell you how to apply. So let's get into it. With this program, you can receive either 2% or 3.5% of your purchase price in assistance. So that 3.5% would completely cover the down payment needed for an FHA loan. Now, this does not cover closing costs though, but it does allow for up to 6% in seller concessions. If your market is one to where you have kind of the upper hand as a buyer and your agent is telling you that you might be able to get closing costs paid by the seller or other concessions from the seller, that's where this comes into play. So this allows for up to 6% seller concessions. Now, I'm not saying that the seller is always going to pay your closing costs. You may need to have your own savings for those, but it does allow for it, so it is a possibility. This is also available nearly everywhere nationwide, except for Washington. So if you're trying to buy something in Washington, I'm sorry, this one is not going to work out for you. Now, the Empowered Down Payment Assistance must be combined with an FHA loan. Now, all down payment assistance programs are a form of aid. So the government, the bank, whoever is giving you this money, there is going to be some way that they are going to recoup that money. With this, as a trade-off for the down payment assistance, you can expect an interest rate on your loan that's 1 to 1.5% higher than what you would experience at like a market interest rate. I bring that up because this is also eligible for a streamlined refinance after 6 months. So you're like, Nicole, that is too much lender jargon. What does that mean? That means that if you were to get this and you were to have a little bit higher interest rate for the first 6 months, let's say, and you make your payments on time, everything is going smoothly with your loan, you would be eligible to refinance your interest rate down without an appraisal and without income requirements. I would say that's a perk because on the front end, you are subject to a little bit of a higher interest rate, but that can essentially drop off pretty quickly. Now, what are the requirements? You must have at least a 620 minimum credit score. Also, the maximum debt to income ratio, or DTI, that they will allow is 48.99%. Now, if you're like, Nicole, debt to income ratio, I don't know mine. How am I supposed to find that out? Click up here, watch my debt to income ratio video where I break it down and show you how to calculate what yours is. Additionally, they do dictate that you must be buying the property as your own primary residence. So the most important part is who qualifies. It's not just first-time home buyers. Of course, the first-time home buyers do qualify, and they define that as someone who has either never bought a home before or someone who has had no interest in a home in the last 3 years. Additionally, if you are military personnel, a first responder, educator, medical personnel, or civil servant, you would also qualify. Another way to qualify is if your income is equal to or less than 140% of the state or county median income. Or if you are buying in an underserved census tract, you would also qualify. You see these bullet points? An applicant only has to meet one of these in order to qualify for this. It's not like you have to have an income less than 140% and be a first-time home buyer. You just have to meet one. Additionally, if there are multiple applicants on the loan or you have a co-signer, not everyone has to meet one of these. It would just be one applicant on the loan. So it is pretty lenient. As far as down payment assistance goes, usually they are very strict on who qualifies, but this one is available to a lot of people. I will have links in the description of this video so that you can find out what the median income is in your area, as well as see if the area that you are interested in buying in does qualify as one of those underserved census tracts. So at this point, you're like, yes, I qualify. I am meeting the criteria. So what can I buy? You can buy a single family home. So, typical one family in a subdivision is typically what you would see with a single family home. You could buy a duplex, but keep in mind, this is only for your primary residence. So if you buy a duplex or any type of 2-unit property, you would need to make 1 unit your primary residence. You can purchase a manufactured home as long as it is permanently affixed to the land. And you could also buy an FHA approved condo. This is a down payment assistance that's combined with an FHA loan. Not all condos are FHA approved, so that's why there is a note here. So since this down payment assistance has to be used with an FHA loan, you may be thinking, well, Nicole, where do I go to apply? Do I have to put out a separate application for this down payment assistance? Do I have to put in a separate application for the FHA loan? Are there different agencies and banks and all this sort of stuff? No. I've made it so simple for you. If you are interested in this, you can go to the description of this video and you will find a link to schedule a free 30-minute pre-approval consultation with my team of mortgage experts. They can help you with this down payment assistance and getting the FHA loan. Of course, they can help you with other types of loans too. If you decide that USDA or VA or even conventional is a better fit for you, they've got you covered. But I want to mention that because it's like one application, one phone call, so that you can know for sure, yes, I'm a good candidate for this. Here are my finances, lender. Work your magic and let's start the home buying process. There are available times for those calls this week, so make sure you go down and reserve yours if you are interested. Let me know what questions you guys have about this in the comments section below. I'm super excited about it. There's not a lot of down payment assistance programs out there for first-time homebuyers and other people, despite being maybe not a first-time homebuyer, that have lenient criteria like this. So if you are having a harder time coming up with enough savings to cover your closing costs, to cover your full down payment, but you know that buying a house is going to be a smart move for you because you've got the good credit, you've got a stable job, then look into this. I'm Nicole Nurk, Arkansas real estate broker, with videos to help you find your way home, and I will see you in the next one.